But instantly, he received strength in those ankles and his legs, and he leaped up. Now, somebody can say, well, I believe in this. Does it work?
That's right.
Is it working?
Good question.
Right, brother.
Well, we don't believe this. That's probably why it's not working.
Amen. That's right.
And if we do believe, we should see. And Jesus said, when we go preach the gospel, when we preach the gospel, now notice the word gospel, he said, these signs. Signs for what? Because what you're preaching is real. What you're preaching is powerful. It's not a fairy tale, it's real. That's why he said, you'll lay hands on the sick, they'll recover. He said, you'll cast out devils. Oh, our church don't believe in that. Well, that's why you can't cast one out. You'll never cast one out. You'll never lay hands on the sick if you don't believe it. But who told us to do that? Jesus. I don't know how the church has slid back so far that they don't believe anything anymore. Don't even believe nothing. No wonder they can't have nothing. That's why. Jesus said, these signs. These signs. What's it about? Because it's real. He said, you'll lay hands on the sick and they'll recover. You'll cast out devils. You'll speak with new. Oh, we don't believe that. No, we don't believe in that. Well, that's why you don't do it. It's as simple as that.
That's good. That's right.
Simple as that. I know sometimes that offends people, but you know what? If the truth of God's Word offends you, it's just only because you believe something else. That's the only reason. Is because you chose to believe something else. And it just don't go in line with what you believe. Some people says, well, that's passed away with the, yeah, that happened sure enough way back there in Acts. Yeah, that happened. But that all passed away with the apostles. Let me tell you something. The apostle, ain't a one of them, not one single one of them, had a thing to do with your redemption.
Amen. Thank you, Lord.
Nothing.
That's right, brother.
They didn't one of them take a stripe on their back for your healing. Didn't shed one. Now they did. Yeah, they were beaten, but not for you. They didn't shed a drop of blood for your sin. Now why would you lay all that on them? Why would you say, well, this says the apostles is the one that healed people? I thought it was Jesus healing them all the time. I thought it was God healing them all the time through those apostles. See, you wouldn't believe how many people believe that stuff. You say, brother, why do you talk like that? Because people believe that. They think all that stuff's passed away. Oh, our church don't believe that. Well, the real church does. God's real church does. Now, I'm not saying if you believe in Jesus, you're born again, and that's great. But I'm going to tell you something. You're going to live below if you don't start believing what this word says.
Amen. That's right.
So you have to believe it. He said, these signs shall follow them that believe.
Amen.
Now, if you really believe what God said, and you preach the gospel that Jesus said preach, these signs will follow us. He didn't tell us to go follow the signs. He didn't say for us to, I'll not meddle any further there, to do some things we ought not be doing, let people take advantage of you. And most of it all the time is to do with money. And it's no wonder people don't have such an attitude about money. And people that's on television about money, and sometimes for good reason. Send $50 and get a bottle of healing spring water. Oh, you know what? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Jesus paid that price for our healing, and it won't cost you one penny. Ain't that right? Ain't that right? It won't cost you a penny. You can be healed.
Amen. Thank you, Lord.
See, it's just people got off on this stuff. I don't know. They may be deceived themselves. I don't know. But we have to stick with the Word. So these signs will follow. That's according to Mark 16th chapter, I believe. These signs will follow them that believe. If you believe something, and you'll believe the Word, and you'll believe the gospel Word will be performed in your life.
Amen.
Are you listening?
Yes, sir.
Now, if you choose to believe something else, then that's what you're going to have. Now, the Bible tells us to walk by faith. Walk by faith. Some people say, they're against the faith message. How can you be against the faith message? I don't understand you.